Artificial intelligence, AI, the great savior, or perhaps the harbinger of an economic apocalypse, depending on who you ask. Your research dives headfirst into the chaotic world of AI in business, particularly its impact on Romania's small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. And let's be honest, when a technology that nobody really understands meets an economy that's constantly playing catch-up, what could possibly go wrong? Romania's SMEs make up 99.7% of all businesses, so just a tiny, insignificant part of the economy. They employ over 65% of the workforce and contribute roughly half of the GDP. These businesses have survived the digital revolution, globalization, and let's not forget EU bureaucracy. But now they must face their greatest challenge yet, AI. On one hand, AI promises efficiency, cost-cutting, and a level of automation that could make entire professions obsolete overnight. On the other, SMEs are struggling to access funding, adopt new technologies, and in some cases even get reliable internet. So, naturally, we expect them to harness AI like tech giants. No pressure. Your research attempts to tackle some key questions about AI's role in Romanian SMEs. Will AI actually make these businesses more competitive, or just automate them out of existence? Can they afford to adopt AI, or will it remain a toy for multinationals with bottomless budgets? Is AI really revolutionary, or are we just slapping an AI-powered label on things for fun? You also lay out a few hypotheses, one of which suggests AI will replace human labor, but let's be fair, no one expected entry-level AI-generated articles to be a real thing in 2024 either. Then we come to the EU AI Act. A brilliant piece of legislation that aims to, because obviously that approach has always worked in the past. This act is supposed to create a framework for AI use, separating the acceptable applications, automating spreadsheets, self-driving cars, from the high-risk ones, mass surveillance, automated war drones, etc. For Romanian SMEs, this means one thing: compliance nightmares. AI startups will have to spend half their time innovating and the other half filling out EU paperwork. So, in other words, business as usual. Meanwhile, the world outside the EU has its own AI battles. The US and China are fighting an AI Cold War, where data is the new oil and microchips are the new uranium. Romania, somewhere between the EU and global tech giants, is left wondering whether it should just sit this one out or pick a side. Then there's the dreaded Trump 2.0 scenario, where America re-embraces trade wars and tech nationalism. This could mean stricter export controls on AI, forcing Europe to rely on its own AI research, which, if history is any guide, means slightly outdated models that cost twice as much. So what's the solution? Your research suggests a mix of government intervention, education, and funding, financial incentives to help SMEs afford AI adoption. Because, as it turns out, running a business with outdated tech is about as useful as trying to stream Netflix on dial-up. AI education and training, so that when AI does automate half of today's jobs, at least people know why they're being replaced. Regulatory sandboxes where businesses can experiment with AI without immediately getting fined for violating some obscure GDPR rule. Finally, you make a radical argument that Romania shouldn't just play catch-up, it should innovate. Bold strategy, given the country's track record of bureaucracy, but hey, stranger things have happened. Your research paints a clear picture. AI isn't just a fancy new tool. It's a fundamental shift that will redefine business, labor, and even entire economies. Romanian SMEs, already struggling to compete, now have to either adapt or fade into irrelevance. And in the middle of it all, policymakers are left with a crucial task: regulate AI without strangling innovation. Good luck with that. I am your guide, Antonio Klim. May the pseudo-powers be always with you.